Roll out to this one, dressed in black. It's DJ Blacker's Sexy in Black Country and Western Birthday Bash. March 31st over at the St. Isidore's Hall in Soufriere. Be there.
Welcome to Jump and Play Easter Extravaganza! Get ready for an exciting day of fun and laughter. Join us at Soufriere Bus Terminal on Monday, April 1st from noon until 10 p.m. Meet the Easter Bunny, indulge in our free Easter egg hunt, and bounce your way through an array of attractions. From trampolines to bouncing castles, golf balls.
Good night, and welcome to Let's Connect on 88.5 Soufriere FM. It is now 8:03 p.m. and we are live in studio. I have with me joining us virtually Miss Zephrina Cazaubon, who is already there, very punctual. I must applaud her on that. So we just have a few quick announcements before we begin. So that gives all our listeners time to come on and join us on our Facebook live chat. If you have any questions, you'll be able to send them in the chat. Remember, keep it safe, keep it simple, keep it secure. Please, no profanity. This is a family-friendly show. I want to say good night to all of you listening from all the various constituencies in and around Soufriere. Good night, and thank you so very much for joining us. I am your host, Reneata Dusauzay. We have just a few quick announcements. I want to express happy birthday or happy anniversary to anybody who is celebrating today, this week, or this month. Hope that you have been celebrating in the best of ways. I want to apologize. Last week I stated that Miss Volina's funeral was on Friday, and in actuality it was actually on Thursday. I do apologize for that wrongful information last week. We want to announce, unfortunately, the passing of Miss Joan Fontenelle of Church Street. She was my neighbor and a very dear friend of the family. We want to send condolences to all her family, friends, well-wishers, and all those from Church Street who knew her well and loved her well, the family in Chateau Belair as well. We want to express our deepest condolences to the Fontenelle family and to their friends. We want to shift gears a little bit and extend congratulations to Dr. Kenny Anthony, who was sworn in as the Deputy Speaker of the House today. Also, we had Island Champs on Sunday, this past Sunday. First National Bank sponsored Island Champs, and we want to congratulate Viewfort Secondary School as well as St. Joseph's Convent. Both of them are my past schools, my alma maters, who did very well in the boys and female division. And we want to congratulate them on succeeding again. Also, want to say congratulations to Soufriere Comprehensive for doing an outstanding job and doing very well in their performances as well. So congratulations to all the participating schools, and we want to say thank you so very much for having it in Soufriere. The excitement was palpable, even if you were not on the field. In the live, you could feel it just by standing in the streets of Soufriere. You guys shook up the whole town. So once again, kudos to a well-played game. Kudos to well-played matches. Kudos to a well-done performance. So Island Champs, well done. We hope that you bring it back to Soufriere for next year. The Cannabis Symposium, Caribbean Cannabis Symposium, started off today, and it's going to be a 2-day affair. It has been a wonderful day so far with cannabis, and the talks coming in from what I saw today, I caught the entail of Jamaica's presentation. St. Kitts did a wonderful presentation, and I must give a special shout out to Antigua's presentation. That was outstanding. I missed out on the others at the end of the day, and it will continue tomorrow. So if you were an invited guest and you have not been, please take the opportunity to step in to that room and take in what the information is. It's really unbelievable, all the information that is out there regarding cannabis and its regulation. Also, we celebrated Consumer Rights Day last week, Friday, and there were plenty of presentations in Soufriere, especially regarding AI. So we want to congratulate the Ministry of Commerce on both the Cannabis Symposium and Consumer Rights Day, having two wonderful events back to back. Okay. We have a quick announcement from the Zeno Development Organization. So, community members, the Zeno Development Organization will be hosting a meeting on Wednesday, the 20th of March, at the Peter View Restaurant and Bar in Zeno at 7 p.m. All persons who are interested in working on the trail, becoming a tour guide for the trail, or vending should be present to register. Persons with machinery which can be used to clear the trail should attend as well. Everyone is invited to an update on the progress of the trail. All right, so that's the Zeno Development Organization meeting on Wednesday, the 20th of March, 7 p.m., Peter View Restaurant and Bar in Zeno. All right, so tonight, like I announced earlier, we have with us in studio, joining us live, Zephrina Mrs. Zephrina Cazaubon, who is the owner of Ascension International, who is having a wonderful, wonderful month so far. They've had a couple of interviews on our 88.5 platform, and we're so happy to have them here with us tonight. Welcome and good night. Good night to you, Mrs. Cazaubon. Thank you so very much for joining us, taking the time out to be here with us on Let's Connect.
Thank you, Ms. Dusauzay, for having me, and thank you for taking the time to be. It's glad to be here with you and to um, discuss the big thing that's happening in Soufriere.
That's right. Several news outlets have been reporting, including the St. Lucia government has been reporting about this wonderful company that you have been working towards bringing to Soufriere. You're having your grand opening this week, and we're very excited. We want to congratulate you on all your success, and we want to welcome you back to Soufriere. We have hope that you've been feeling all the love coming from Soufriere so far.
I have.
All right,
Yes,
great.
I have.
All right. So we want to encourage our listeners tonight as well. If you have any questions for Mrs. Cazaubon, well, we have her here because she's about to be a very busy person. Although she's already been busy, she's going to be extremely busy. So while we have her, this is the time to chat. We want to take advantage of that. So good night to all our listeners. Once again, those of you in our live chat, good night to you all. And welcome once again to Let's Connect. So we want to get the ball off rolling. So for persons who maybe have not heard or who have not been paying attention, your company, Ascension International, is a BPO or BPM. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Yes, so we're a business process service management provider. So what we do, we provide outsourcing services and professional services to US based medium to large firms.
All right. So I know we had a lot of misunderstanding in the beginning when persons would say that it was a call center. Is there a similarity to the call center? Maybe that's why there was such a miscommunication.
Yes, one of the similarity is the concept is the similar in that we will be providing, our employees would be working for foreign companies. That's one, and the number of employees we will be hiring is a large amount. So the call centers, the difference between us and the call center is that we are more back office processing. So we will be offering services such as finance, accounting, HR, admin, and professional services. A call center more geared at customer service, telemarketing, and those kind of services.
Okay, so let's just to make sure we're understanding correctly. So your company will be providing other companies HR services, accounting services, and the other services. It's not just customer service, as in you call like when you have a problem to get the problem fixed. It's not like when you call Flow or when you call Digicel, that sort of thing. It's a completely different situation.
Yeah, we will be more professional services. A call center is more customer care, customer connection, telemarketing, customer service, like calling, like you said, calling, resolving issues, answering the phone, those kind of stuff.
All right. We have one question from one of our listeners. Kevin Lightfoot is asking, why did you choose St. Lucia?
Yes, said Lucia. Most importantly, why did I choose Soufriere? Soufriere, I'm from Soufriere and I'm from St. Lucia. And I always wanted to come back to give back to Soufriere, and Soufriere is who made me who I am. So choosing to develop the community, to help with the development of the community, was always a goal and desire of mine. So bringing the business to Soufriere and St. Lucia was very important. I don't think I would have done it any other way than being in Soufriere.
Awesome. What experience did you personally have with BPOs that showed that it was a sensible and rewarding business model that you could come here with it?
Okay, so my background, I have about 25, over 25 years experience in the professional service accounting service. I'm a certified public accountant. And so my background, I own a few accounting firms. And so from, a few years ago, I've been looking to see what really can be successful in St. Lucia. And my had been an accountant, I was geared at this particular sector. But what really had me is during my time when I was during my time operating my businesses, I was actually hiring contractors, outsourcing companies from Asia and Philippines. And it was one time that I hired an accounting manager, and the accounting manager tell me that this is just not going to work. I'm going to have to fire all those outsourcing people that you have because the work is not getting done. So then when I realized what he was saying was true, in that they're Asian and the Philippines, they do it a good job, and the cost savings is there. But the difference is the language. It's difficult to understand the language. They couldn't communicate to our clients. So we had to have a full-time person between them and the clients, and the time zone. So when we have questions, they're sleeping. When they have questions, then I thought about it. I'm like, St. Lucia can offer so much more in human capital. I'm from St. Lucia and I know what we can offer. And then that is where the whole idea comes into, where if they can do it and that's their main industry, why can't we do it? And to be able to help with the whole economical development. This industry self is a recession proof industry. And the services we are offering is a core services for all companies. So whether you have recession, whether you have anything going on in the economy, companies have to pay their bills, companies have to hire, companies have to manage their employees. So that is the reason I gear at those services, because I know regardless of what's going on, we will still be successful and we will still be able to do what we have to do to help those companies.
We have another question from the audience. Joan Mafra is asking, have you started?
Yes, we have started. The grand opening of the business would be on Thursday, like you said. And this is not, our plan has been for about a 3-year plan. So it's not something I just woke up and say, let me do it. As you wouldn't expect, there has been a lot of planning, a lot of challenges that we had to face so for us to get there. So we are now in the building, but our grand opening would be on Thursday, where we officially cut the ribbons and open up the place.
All right. You mentioned that you had your experience and then how the idea to come back to St. Lucia came about. But I'm wondering, was there any type of research maybe into what businesses have thrived in St. Lucia or could thrive in St. Lucia, or maybe even on the unemployment rate? Was there any sort of research that you looked into that helped you make that decision to come back to Soufriere? Or was it just the sentimentality that it's your hometown type of situation?
I'm both. I am a strong believer, and I'm a Soufrierian, and I'm a St. Lucian by heart. Our people culture is way different than a lot of people, and our people can do anything they put their minds to. And yes, research was being done. And when I look at, the young people, what we have to offer, we have unmatched expertise. So a lot of our talents and skill sets are hidden because we don't have the help to bring them out. And as we started Ascension, we now realize that day to day how much St. Lucian talents, how much we have to offer. We also, because of our proximity to our clients, it's a huge benefit to us, and we know we would be successful because of that. Like a flight from Atlanta is 4 hours. That's just like traveling to California. So if I have my client that want to see where we at, it's just a matter of coming tonight and leaving tomorrow, or coming for the same day. So that helps us to be able to compete in places where Asia, where you have to spend 24 hours to get to them. Um, English language, we have superior English language capabilities. So our employees can directly connect with the people of the US and be able to be part of their team, part of what they have to offer, and be able to provide the service at a rate that the clients expect. And like I said, our biggest advantage is our culture, our mindset, and if we've given an opportunity, and I know that we do what we have to do, and we do it to the best of our abilities.
I agree with you 100% on our abilities within our community. We definitely have the talent and the skills on demand. We just have to be able to utilize it and, direct it in the right manner. John Maffrey is also asking if you did a market survey within the community.
Um, a market survey, we did do marketing, a marketing plan. We did have a business plan. Being from Soufriere, I know what Soufriere has to offer. So a market survey was not necessary. I know the amount of people in Soufriere. And a lot of people felt when I started this venture that it was crazy because Soufriere do not have the talent and the people that we're looking for. And I will agree to some extent, yes. But our goal is to provide, to give back, right? So we know the challenges would be talents and people coming in, but because we're looking to help with the economical development of the community, we know that we will have to do a lot of training. There's no one person in St. Lucia that will have the talent exactly what we're looking for. So whether we go Castries View for the weather, we will have to do training. So with that is an opportunity to develop young people to work in field, professional fields where they would not otherwise have the opportunities. And because we plan to give back, we know that we have people right now, we have employees that are moving to Soufriere, moving to Swizzle, just to be closer to us. So when we're looking at the development of the community, yes, job is a big thing because, without the money, you cannot do anything. But we will have other sectors that will take advantage of that. You'll have other shops, you'll have other things that would, other businesses that will thrive because of the people we'll be bringing to Soufriere. So not having to, we didn't have to do extensive marketing. We know the population of Soufriere, and that's no surprise to us. But that did not prevent us from wanting to be here because our main goal is to be able to give back. So we were looking for any way that we could reach and be able to do that. And although the challenges are there, we are now putting through and looking at those challenges as opportunities to support our main goal and mission to be in Soufriere.
Awesome. It seems that Miss Joan Maffrey seems to be very interested in the Ascension International grand opening this week. She's asking what is the current age range, I suppose, in terms of employability. Do you have a cap on your age range for persons you were willing to employ? I'm not sure, Miss Maffrey, what's your age? Maybe we can put in a good word for you.
We don't discriminate with age. The service we provide, of course, you have to have some type of not accounting, but some type of computer background, because what we do is we are physically here, but we work on computers and with technology. We work on clients' accounts and books and their computers. So whoever, if the person have, we one of the main requirements is you have to be computer literate. So if you are 80-year old and you feel that you can do that and we think you're capable of doing that, yes, we will get you. So we don't discriminate with age. um, the whole goal too is bringing and helping the young people to develop talent. So we're looking a lot at young people. One, the computer is a big thing, a big advantage for them because of the time we live in. But it doesn't matter your age. We really want to hire as many young people as we can, but a mix of maturity is important to us as well. So I hope that answers your question.
All right. Miss Maffrey clarified that she was not asking specifically for herself, but she does have nieces and nephews. And I'm hoping that your nieces and nephews appreciate that you're asking on their behalf. And I'm certain that there are other listeners out there who would have appreciated that answer as well. So thank you very much for your question, Miss Maffrey. And thank you for joining us on Let's Connect and being so interactive with the program. We appreciate you so very much. Also, good night to all those of you in the chat. I see you. So let me just give you a quick shout out. Good night to Zesta Sylvester, Stephen Edward, Philomena Lamontagne. Good night to you. Cherise Lerish, Anne Marie Sampson, Kevin Lightfoot. Good night. Lehan Julian. Judge Not, good night to you. Cleanus Alexander, good night. Miss Fancy Bowens, all the way from St. Vincent, good night to you. Rasdol, good night. Jamilia Shalmang, Chance Lyric, good night to you guys. We want to say good night to Miss Caroline Bob joining us from Castries, always keeping it locked on Let's Connect. Thank you so very much for your support. Good night to you, Veronica Donai. All right. Miss Emmanuel from Brooklyn. Thank you so very much for your support of the Let's Connect program tonight. We do appreciate you all, and I do hope that this continues. Remember, we're on every Tuesday on 88.5 Super FM from 8 p.m. All right. So, a couple weeks ago, Ascension International hosted a job fair, and from all accounts, it was very well attended. I heard that the numbers were over 200 and climbing by midday. I did see a lot of our young persons from Soufriere in line and also inside the building. And but I did get some reports from other persons that they saw a lot of persons from Choiseul. Is there any way you can give us a percentage of how many persons from Soufriere, what percentage of the attendance or the applications were coming out from Soufriere? Did we have the majority coming from Soufriere?
Well, I have not looked at the statistics. My team do have that, and that would be done after the grand opening. But I will say yes, majority, a lot of them were from Soufriere, but we had people throughout St. Lucia. We attract professionals and the service we provide, we attract a lot of people that is throughout the country, the island. So as much as possible, we want to hire as many Soufriere people, Foster Jacques people, but our main goal is to be able to get the right talent. So we did not, I'm not sure if we specifically identify who from Soufriere, who from Foster Jacques, who from Swizzle. But I will say one of the things that really impressed me, I wasn't there for the job fair for the whole day, I probably just passed, is the number of young people that attended. And that made us realize that the need and the willingness for them to be able to come out and show that they are interested in those field of work and to be able to work was very encouraging.
Mhm, mhm. In also in regarding to the job fair, is there any way that we can be told how many new employees have been brought in, or are we still in the hiring process?
We had about 500 people come through. Our staff was very efficient with the process, so we were able to process most of these people. But because of the level of because of the level we're looking for, because of the talent we're looking for, we want people with that's professional, people with the attitude, the aptitude, that coachable. We go through a very rigid process. So we don't hire on the spot because, again, it's not a call center where you take a week or day to train to how to answer a phone. Our training program go through months, and even after the first month when you put on to really do the work, you go for another few months to be able to actually be comfortable to work in that area. So we have um, an extensive recruiting process. So the people that came through was great, and again, that wasn't expected, but we did have 500 people. But I will tell you, less than 10% actually had the background that we were really looking for, because a lot of people came up with the idea that it was a call center. So we get a lot of admin, customer service. Now, that doesn't mean that we cannot deal with them or we cannot work with them. Again, our goal is to be able to train and provide skills and training for the young people. And so we will do that, but it will just take time. So as we're going through the process to process those applicants, select the ones we think that would be able to work right now, we will be going through the process and also selecting teams that we can train to start, training and start getting the experience so they can be assigned to work. So it's not just, okay, whether they have it. We will process and we will continue to hire and process people as we go through.
You mentioned earlier that one of the main requirements would be computer literacy. So, would part of the process be that they have to prove their computer literacy?
Because of our recruiting process being very rigid and being able to really, we go through tests, we go through aptitude tests, we take them through an aptitude test, we take them through more than one interview. We do not have to put them on a computer to determine really if they're computer literate. We can tell by the questions, by the way they answer the questions and those things.
Okay, awesome. One of the things that came through my mind while you spoke about computer literacy, I remember while I was teaching for a short time, one of the hardest things I had experienced when it comes to teaching was how to hold a mouse. The younger generation, they know how to swipe, but they don't know how to hold a mouse. So
Yeah.
it flashed through my mind. I was like, imagine you know everything about technology, you know everything when it comes to how to, use the computer, use the internet, but then the basic things like how to turn on your CPU or how to hold the mouse and move your cursor is the thing that defeats you that defeats you at the end of the day.
Because
So
they
I
use
just
the
had a
phone
funny
here.
little thought in my brain that would probably would be something if I had to put some people in front of a computer, that's where they would fail. All right. Just making sure we have no more questions from our listeners. Just a reminder that you are able to send in your questions via our Facebook live chat that will be asked live on air. All right. So tell us about the exciting grand opening you have scheduled. It's taking place this week, Thursday. What can you tell us about it?
Exactly what you want to know. Well, the grand opening will be on.
Preparations. How is there going to be a giant scissors for the ribbon cutting? Is the minister of commerce going to be there? In specially invited guests? Is there going to be a parade in town? Tell us what's going to happen.
Yeah, the grand opening would be taking place at the building at 4 p.m. on Thursday. We were expecting the Prime Minister, we were expecting the Minister of Commerce, of course, Ms. Hippolyte will be there. We were expecting tourism, the Minister of Tourism. We were expecting a lot of the Invest St. Lucia and a lot of government officials, because it's a very big thing. It is happening in Soufriere, yes, but it's very big in that providing jobs is the government and our leaders' main purpose, one of our purpose, and we coming in and helping with that sector and be able to do that. They really, really impressed with what has been done, and so we're expecting a lot of government officials, and yes, the Prime Minister will be at the event as well, together with some other guests that will be there.
Awesome. We have a few messages here for you, specifically not questions, but just some messages. Anthony Mondesi says, "Big up to my neighbor for coming back home to invest." So you have your endorsement there from Mr. Mondesi. Calixto Joseph says, "Congratulations, Mrs. Cazaubon, and your team on this initiative." All right. Miss Joan Maffray said that if KM2 can make it in St. Lucia, you will make it. You are St. Lucian, although some St. Lucians love foreigners more than their own. Well, well, let's hope that they love St. Lucians more than they love foreigners. All right. And Anthony Mondesi also asks for young people to take advantage of this initiative. All right. Anne Marie Sampson says, "Thank you for your commitment and your loyalty to Soufriere."
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Would you consider yourself to be a mentor to the youth of Soufriere or to the youth of St. Lucia?
Um, yeah, I am a leader, and I always, and my heart is helping to develop people. And so mentoring is something I am willing to do. My time here is limited, but whatever has to happen to help with just being able to develop the young people, I'm willing to do. Ascension, like I said, our main goal is giving back. That venture is more mission over money. So we're not going to be pursuing profit over our employees and our what we have to offer. So within, although we're a company, we there's an investment, but our main goal is how we can help the young people, especially because we believe that if we start with our young people, the whole country as a whole would benefit. You'll see a reduction in crime because people will have a talent, will know what to do. You'll see more people buying stuff, so you see economical development in all areas. So to answer your question, yes, that's something I'm very much prepared, willing to. But Ascension as a whole will have different training programs. We will be training not only our employees, but we will set up training for other people. My background is business, so I plan to have some business training, business plan, maybe have some competition on people desiring to have their businesses. That is coming in the pipeline. We do plan to work with the schools, like the comprehensive schools, with schools, to be able to get those talents and to be able to develop those people that coming out that have a love for the services we provide, so that coming out of school they know what it is, they feel good about it, and they know they know how it is to work in such professional. We do expect to have internships, so we'll be working with the schools to provide internship to those kids that's coming out that just want to know, or they have a love, or they that's the field they want to be in, to work in there to see really if that's something they want to pursue. So mentorship is one thing, but we have more than just that. We have a bigger vision for what we plan to do in Soufriere.
Wonderful. I must say, Mrs. Casabo, that your attitude and your personality as it comes to in terms of helping, definitely there's the whole aura of assisting our young people, assisting the Soufriere to be able to get them to a different level. And I think that that is very, very remarkable, and I want to congratulate you again on this initiative. We have a question in the chat, but this is something you had already spoken on, so I suspect that Mr. Jean-Philippe came in a little late in the program. But just to be able to make sure that everybody gets the information, he's asking, is it open just for Soufriere people, or is it St. Lucia at large? Now, I know you did touch on it, but if you would just repeat it yourself. Thank you.
It is St. Lucia at large. It's like I said, we hoping to get as many Soufriere people working as possible, but we do understand the challenge Soufriere is facing with the talents we're looking for. And although we're planning to train, we know we will have to get people outside of Soufriere. But we see that as a good thing doing that, because that will bring people into Soufriere that would otherwise not be there. And so when you see people moving, like we have a few employees moving to Swazel, Soufriere to be close to us, we will see a lot of that as we grow and as we continue to hire a lot of other people. For me, I left Soufriere because I had to advance my career. I had a love for accounting and I had to advance my career. A lot of people don't have that opportunity. So not only in Soufriere, but in St. Lucia as a whole. Or some people left Soufriere and left St. Lucia because of the same reason. So bringing the jobs back, bringing that feel into Soufriere will help them come back and will contribute one way or the other to the economy.
Wonderful, wonderful. We have a question from Williana Monlouis. I believe she might have been one of the attendants at the job fair. She said, since you said majority of the persons who applied were for customer service and office admin, would you guys take it upon yourselves to place applicants based on their background in the roles where you need persons to fill in, or where you think would be fit in, or better fit in?
Again, we would have each job has its own requirement because we hiring for our customer and whatever they desire, that's what we'll have. But we're looking for not only your background, but your educational background, but we're looking for people with the right attitude, the right aptitude, people that are coachable. So to answer your question, that's why I said we right now the jobs we have is in the field of accounting, finance. However, we do expect to bring some jobs in professional services such as loan processing, admin, and HR and those other areas. Now, one thing I will tell you is you can be an admin or customer service, but there are other jobs that are not that your skill set can develop you into other areas. For example, we have people that working with us currently that was a customer service, a call center or admin person that are now preparing tax return for US companies. So we've trained them in an area they knew nothing about to be able to develop into a field that is new to them. But those people have the attitude, they were willing to learn and they were willing to step outside their comfort zone to be able to prove to themselves to do something different.
I received a question on my personal WhatsApp, so I'm not going to say the person's name, but somebody asked if you're looking for any security positions.
Well, we will have security. We're not a security company, but we will be hiring one security officer for the building.
Okay. Um, can that security officer be female? Because this particular person was female.
I'm not part of the hiring process, so whoever they feel is fit, whether it's female or male, we don't discriminate. So if the person they feel that the person will do a good job, then that's who would be hired.
Okay. I have someone in the chat who's saying that they're interested in marketing or human resources. So, my question relating to what they're asking is, are you still accepting applications at this time?
Well, yeah, we are accepting application, and whether you hired now, whether you hired next month, we encourage you to continue following up our page, sending applications, because what happens is when we get clients and we're ready, we want them employees to be ready. So we now being in the building, we will be training certain groups, sets of groups of people to be ready to assign to clients. And that building, we plan to hire about 350 people within our first year of operation. So it's a lot of work that we have to do. So if even if you apply now, right now we're looking for our level is a little bit higher than it as we go through and train other people because the customers we have require certain level. But once we get people in that we know can be trained and be able to be the professional we're looking for, then we will load down our requirements a little bit lower. But If you're not in the pool, if you're not in our system, you will not have a chance. So yeah, we continue to accept application. We'll continue to accept application, and we'll continue to hire vets, and the recruiting process is an ongoing thing.
Right. So for persons who want to reach out to Ascension International, you can check out their Facebook page. They have all the ways to contact them via phone and email on their Facebook page, Ascension International. So you can check that out. And like Mrs. Cazaubon said, you can feel free to continue applying. For those of you who maybe had not done so because maybe you thought the deadline had passed, you can continue to apply. And also keep in mind that the grand opening may be this week, but the hiring process, it's a process, it's continuing. So don't be discouraged if you have not gotten a call yet, or if you have not heard anything yet. It's an ongoing process. All right. Anthony Mondes is asking, will the opening ceremony be live?
Yes, we expect to have the opening ceremony live. We expect media outlets to be here as well. So even after the ceremony, you will have information from the grand opening.
Awesome, awesome. Shanta Maximin did post that in the Facebook live chat that it will be live. Okay, so as I was about to say, let me spell Ascension International for those of you who are trying to find it. It's ASCENSION, Ascension International. ASCENSION. Follow them on Facebook for more information. Follow them so that you can watch the live if you're not able to get access. I guess if you're not invited to the grand opening, you can get access through the live on Facebook Thursday, 4 p.m. for the grand opening of Ascension International in Soufriere. All right, let me make sure we've gotten all our comments. Soufriere youth, the opportunities are at your doorstep. Make use of them. Thank you so much, Ms. Calixte Joseph. That's right. We want to make sure our young people are encouraged to try new things. Don't be scared. I think just listening to Mrs. Cazaubon tonight, you can hear that it doesn't matter where you think your skill sets are. There are ways to ascertain. There's all the steps in the process that you can figure out, they can figure out where they can fit you in, or where they can train you to be fit in based on your current skills and your ability to learn, your ability to absorb information. So don't be afraid. Try your luck. You might have gone in to be in customer service and end up working in accounts. So this is your chance. Don't let it slip by. Try out Ascension International, the new BPO or BPM located in Soufriere. And we want to encourage you, wherever part of St. Lucia you are listening from, if you are on our live, share the live so that other persons can get this information. This is the time for us to make some changes in Soufriere. Just listening to when Mrs. Cazaubon said 300 employees in this building, you know what I started thinking about? The new food places that will have to open to serve all these people lunch. There's business opportunities just coming just from that. So imagine we have 300 newly employed persons working in a building on the main street in Soufriere. We need more places for lunch. We need more food. We need more people to have delivery services to bring in lunch. We need this. So if you don't think you can fit in at Ascension International, think of how you can provide a service to the employees of Ascension International. We need
Yes.
some stresses to make work close. We need things. We're gonna need them. Okay, so bear that in mind. This is a wonderful opportunity, not just for employees of the company, but for the entirety of Soufriere. So I want to, well, once again, thank you so very much, Mrs. Cazaubon, for being here with us. I want to encourage anybody who has any questions while we have a few minutes left. If you have any questions, any comments you would like to make while we wait for our chat to make sure they say everything they need to say, get it off their chest. Is there anybody you'd like to shout out, or any final statement you'd like to make, Mrs. Cazaubon?
Yes. Like I said, we hoping as much to develop Soufriere, and we hope the people will take advantage of it. We've been receiving a lot of encouraging, supporting words, and thank you for that. We have gone a long way. We completed a lot, but it's just the beginning. We expect much more, and we expect to do much more. I'm here temporary, but my heart is always here. And as I lead my team into providing what we think Soufriere will need, what we plan to do for Soufriere, we hope that the Soufriere people will accept it and will be able to see what is coming for them, the change that we're planning to make. It didn't happen just so, like I said, it's about 3 years in the making that we actually get there. That building took us another 2 years to build. That building, like is history to me. Knowing that I worked in that building and coming back, I couldn't get real estate, but it almost seems like it was there for me, that I was able to create it and build a vision and be able to put it together to bring the economical development and the employment in here. So it's huge, and it's a big history for me personally. I'd like to thank, a lot of people has put this stuff into there. The Honorable Emma Hippolyte has been very supportive in every aspect and the process. Invest St. Lucia has helped us a lot. My husband has been very instrumental and tirelessly working to get this together. My staff has been very supportive and worked very hard because they're the first and they have to prove themselves. And my family, they've been with me from the beginning, and they continue to support me. So a huge thanks to all those people that has been there. It's not me alone. It has been a community, and it has been a long journey, a very long road, but a road that I think is well worth it.
All right. We have some encouraging comments here in the chat. Other businesses can stem from this. Think outside of the box. This was a well-needed investment. It's great. Congratulations. Good for surrounding areas like Choiseul. Great job. There'll be opportunities for places to rent also, because some of the workers will be coming from other communities. That's right.
Yeah.
So persons with places to rent, make sure you're marketing them. Make sure you zhuzhed up the place a little bit so that they're more, persons can appreciate the environment of Soufriere, so that we can get more persons coming in. Wonderful. All right. Family strong, great, wonderful. Yes, awesome. Definitely want to big up the Harris family, big up the people of Forbenier as well, and all the hardworking persons who have been surrounding Mrs. Cazaubon, her husband, her family, her friends, her co-workers, all those of you who have been enabling that Ascension International is what it is today, and what it is going to be for Soufriere and for St. Lucia in the coming years. So once again, thank you so very much for joining us on Let's Connect. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here with us virtually. And I want to say thank you for bringing out so many newcomers to the Let's Connect program. Once again, Let's Connect is on every Tuesday at 8 p.m., where we happily inform the community of what's going on, and we want to connect with as many of you as possible. Now, I usually do a giveaway of a $50 grocery voucher. Now, I am not going to ask any questions tonight. But the person I wanted to give it to, she said she's listening from New York. Miss Mafra, I was going to give it to you because you spoke so much tonight. You gave so much contribution, but you're in New York. So what I will do, I will let you choose the winner. So Joan Mafre, you get to choose the winner of tonight's $50 grocery voucher. So you can either say it now in the chat, somebody in Soufriere, somebody in St. Lucia, somebody that I can physically hand it over to. So you can either choose somebody in the chat, or you can send me a message at 731-3234 to let me know who you want to give it to. 731-3234, let me know who you want to give it to, or you can say so live now in the chat. It's up to you. If you want to choose somebody from the chat, or if you want to choose somebody that you know that you think needs it, maybe one of your nieces. So let me know. All right, Beverly City Council, that's the Soufriere Town Council. So Beverly, you have won yourself a $50 grocery voucher. Let me take note. Courtesy of Ms. Joan Maffre for her contribution tonight on Let's Connect. So this program has definitely been one of the most interactive programs. I'm loving our chat live right now. Everybody's commenting. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Maba Emmanuel, good night to you. There is a Jewel. I'm afraid to try and pronounce that last name. I'm sorry. Jewel, good night to you. Camilla Jean, good night, good night. Young people of Soufriere, this job opportunity is for you, so grab it. That's right. We have a Hon Bond who says, I admire Mr. and Mrs. Cazaubon's effort. Keep it going. We all will benefit as a community. That's correct. That's right. Okay. Colette, Colette, you were thanking Joan in advance and she didn't choose you. All right. So Beverly of Soufriere Town Council, I will contact you for your prize, and I want to once again thank everybody for their participation. So every week we do give away a $50 grocery voucher. Last week we gave away four of them. So your participation is key. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Let's Connect. We're going to end it here. And we're going to say once again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for
Thank
this
you.
wonderful opportunity of Ascension International. Good luck on your grand opening. We will be locked on live at 4 p.m. from Ascension International's Facebook page. I want to thank everybody here. Make sure you follow Ascension International on Facebook and follow us on Let's Connect and 88.5 Soufriere FM. Until next week, Tuesday, good night. It has been a wonderful program. Thank you so very much, everybody.
Thank you for having me. I
Awesome.
thank you.
I've been talking to myself.